Bang bang! What's going on, guys? To an exciting new edition, main event, Talkin Hands. So I'm Preston, joined by my co-host, Mr. Danny Betts. We'll break down this weekend's main event action as we got Robson Conceicao taking on Shaquie Foster in a rematch of a disputed, pretty much robbery occurred in July. This weekend they will have the rematch as a main event. Shout Truth Teller in the building. What's going on, Truth Teller? And shout out Lex Steele. What's going on, Lex Steele? And Steve G. What's going on, Steve G as well? As always, before we get into the fights for this week, go on Big Show and Lex Steele. Yeah, what's going on, guys? As always, before we get into the fights this week, we'll have to recap the fights that were. And this fight was couldn't draw it up much better, at least in the beginning. Jack Catterall got the job done, wins a pretty easy unanimous decision out there in England. Drops Prograis twice, round 9 or 10, or once in round 9, once in round 10. He got dropped in round 5. Danny, what are your thoughts on Catterall's performance? I will say I thought Prograis, that was probably the best he fought in a couple years, I thought. So no shame from Prograis.
Yeah, I agree. He looked better. He looked the last time he looked really good was against Cepeda. Shout out to Lex Steele.
Yeah, shout out Lex for the $2.
Yeah, if that's the Lex Steele, he's one of the Hall of Famers in that industry. If you know what I'm talking about. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Big Show, Steve G, Truth Teller. You already know. But yeah, he did look good. He looked good. The last time was that's a Cepeda fight. He got the late stoppage, and you could tell he took a nice, almost a year off to try to get himself together, but it wasn't enough. Catterall was too much. The jab, I knew it was going to be a problem. You know what, too? I saw that line, the knockdown for Prograis to get knocked down was plus 180, bro.
Oh, I didn't even look.
Yeah, I remember I was scrolling down like props and stuff, and that I just passed that up or whatever, but. Yeah, it was a good performance by Catterall, but I mean, he did get dropped. We've been saying like we're waiting. It wasn't this fight, I know that. We're waiting for the right moment to fade Catterall for him to get knocked out, because I think it will happen. It's just got to be the right fighter, like always. But he did have some adversity, but it was a clear win for Catterall. It was a good performance besides the knockdown and things like that in that fight, but I mean, yeah, you can make a ton of fights with him next. We'll see. Maybe like the winner of Hitchens and Paro.
Yeah, and I would favor the winner of that fight as well to beat Catterall. Shall you, Lex, get some money playing poker? That'll be fun.
Yes,
And as always, thanks for the dono. True Teller watching football. Just bet first inning draw, first half draw, plus 700. Yeah, World Series has been crazy. Yankees might get swept tonight. The bats didn't. Yeah, the bats didn't wake up. The bats did not wake up this series. Yeah, I agree. I thought Catterall did what he needed to do. Got the job done. First I want to say 4 rounds were extremely slow, but then once he got dropped, he picked it up, started hitting Prograis with some clean shots, and unfortunately for Prograis, with his style, it's not conducive as he gets older. He's going to get caught more. Then as you get older, you get caught more, you get hurt. We saw that actually in the UFC. Max Holloway got knocked out for the first time, which was crazy. So when that does happen, you have to be more defensive. He was not defensive enough and got dropped. Catterall, well-deserved win and good performance this year. Takes out Josh Taylor, gets the win over Prograis. Looking for a big title shot early next year. Shout Big Show. Big Show put in the chat there. If you guys are new, we're working with legalized sports books. If you guys could go to that website, check out what state you're in, and then what offers we are able to provide for you, and sign up there. It helps Pub Sports Radio out a ton. All that being said, let's get into this week's fight. Like I said, rematch time. Robson Conceicao taking on Shaquie Foster. Current odds at our favorite book, FanDuel. FanDuel has Foster as a prohibitive favorite. He is currently minus 410. Come back on Conceicao plus 300. Round props, fight goes the distance, minus 350. Foster KO plus 360. Foster decision, minus 155. Conceicao decision plus 490. Conceicao KO plus 1000. All at FanDuel. At FanDuel, sign up, bet $5. Win the bet, you get $300 bonus bets. Sign up at FanDuel using the link down below. Danny, Conceicao Foster, robbery again. Does Foster tune him up, get a knockout, or decision?
Yeah, I'll pick it up from here. But yeah, I could hear you. It's just your mic was acting up a little bit. But yeah, we got the rematch, man. And I'll cut this short, man. It was a good boring fight, if that makes sense. I'll tell you a story. Like these two guys, I'll do a breakdown real quick first though. It's the rematch. It was a close decision, according to the judges, and they gave it to Conceicao.
Yeah.
Conceicao's been in there with a lot of great people, Valdez, Narate, obviously this guy in the rematch again, and Foster's been in there, a couple of guys like Rocky. That was one crazy fight when he fought Rocky in Mexico, Hernandez.
Yeah, late
And
knockout.
I think it was one of the best rounds I've seen this year. Like that year, I think it was this year or last year, but I think it was round 11. Foster hurt him, and then he's almost going in there for the kill, and then somehow Hernandez survived and buzzed him a little bit. They were going back and forth. It was crazy, but he got the late stoppage in that fight. It was wild. But in the rematch, I'll be honest. I took a shot on Conceicao by decision. I think it was plus 350. Excuse me. I thought I like that number. I thought it could be a close fight. And I thought Conceicao was due for like a big win. And I'll tell you what, bro, I got lucky as shit. The story is I was in my living room chilling, having a couple brewskis, watching this fight. I was frustrated. I was frustrated because Foster was fighting on the slow pace, outboxing him from the outside.
Yeah.
Pretty boring fight. Conceicao would like have spurts and like try to pressure him, but not landing enough, not accumulating damage or anything like that. And I honestly, if I had a ticket, I would have ripped it up. Obviously we do. FanDuel is all on my phone.
Yeah.
I right after the fight, I went to the fridge, see what I had for leftovers and stuff like that. I went to go get another beer, and my kitchen's not that far from my living room, so I could hear the TV still, and I hear a split. I'm like, what? I went in the living room and they gave it Conceicao. I was like, what? Cash it, let's go. I was happy, but it was a fucking robbery.
It was horrible.
So, yeah, I thought, it was boring, but Foster was clearly out boxing him from the outside. It is what it is. It was just confusing to me because both of these guys are from Top Rank, and you would think they would get like a fair judging. I know judging is they're not hired by Top Rank technically. They don't work for them, but I gotta go with Foster in this one. I think he makes the adjustments. I like him by decision on FanDuel is 155 minus 155 for the decision. I mean, if you want to be safer and just parlay, his money line is like minus 410. If you're throw him in a parlay or something like that, just in case he tries to make a statement and be like, hold on, I'm not letting the judges into this one. I don't think he gets a knockout. He's not like a huge puncher or anything like that, and Conceicao is tough. And he's been in there with great competition, but I gotta take Foster in this one to get UD. If anything, look for that prop. Unanimous decision. Probably a little better number, maybe even odds.
Yeah, I don't have much different to say. The first fight I thought was very boring and pretty sluggish. The only reason why was I won't say hesitant, obviously, but if you want to sprinkle the Foster maybe late stoppage, but even then, I don't think he's going to put the pressure on Conceicao to stop him. And yeah, he doesn't have the pop in his punches either. After the fight, he had the whole family there, and it was just they're just like, what after? Just horrible. So I think he's going to start quicker and just bank those rounds to where it'll be basically undeniable, and he'll get the job done. I think he's just quicker. moves well, doesn't really get hit a lot. That's the whole thing. He really didn't get hit much the last fight. Conceicao was just fighting in spurts to where maybe you could give him the swing rounds, but for him to win the fight, you had to give him all the swing rounds, which should not happen, in these fights. But as we know, judging is quite fickle. So Foster decision. It's a better price than what we saw with Catterall over the weekend, and
Yeah.
Catterall dropped Prograde twice. I'm not even sure if. Yeah, I was gonna say I wonder what Foster get a knockdown would be, because I know you said last week Catterall was 180, but
I don't think it's out yet. I don't see it right now,
yeah,
but there's definitely gotta be plus odds for sure. It's gonna be probably a better number than the plus 180 for the pro grade one.
yeah, because I was wondering maybe you could do like bet that and then the decision, but yeah, I think Foster runs away with this. The odds are kind of showing you too.
It For me, it's an easy hedge. Like get him if you're gonna go heavy on decision. 7-12 is for Foster's 550.
Yeah, that's a good
Little
number.
sprinkle just to cover your bet.
Yeah, just because I think he wants to make, I guess, a more concrete statement to
Yeah.
where what you said, parlaying the money line, obviously would make sense too. But yeah, I'll go decision. I think he'll get a decision, but he'll just be more active and, like I said, quicker. Use the
Yeah.
jab and beat him to the punch, quite literally. So yeah, give me Foster decision there as well. Truth teller betting Cajuns plus 3.5. I don't know who the Cajuns are, but good luck on the bet, Truth. Good luck on the bet. All that being said, we can move on to any news or updates or stories, I guess, around for boxing. Hasn't really been a very active week this week, unfortunately. Daniel, I'll let you sort of take the floor first, and then pretty short card. We can move around to best bet.
I'm actually reading that some things right now. I know they said Joseph Parker, his trainer, said that he would be ready to challenge Daniel Dubois for the IBF heavyweight title on February 22nd. If the Joshua rematch don't happen.
Yeah.
And then I saw this one I saw earlier. Yeah, Nick Ball, Anthony Kakashi, Hamza Shiraz, and Liam Davies, Sam Nokis, and Moses Itama all signed a long-term deal with Frank Warren. So for me, that lets me know they're doing another tournament, like for sure. Like that's what I was thinking when I saw that. I'm like, but we'll see. I know there's one coming up soon, man. I know they are for sure, and I know Kakashi is gonna fight Edward Sugar Nunez. He's a crazy power puncher. I know his nickname is Sugar, but
Yeah.
his dude hits hard. But Kakashi had that big upset to win the title, and then he just beat I forget his name, but yeah, that's a bit decent one. But yeah, like you said, it's not nothing crazy yet. Besides that heavyweight, maybe with Parker and Dubois.
Yeah. The only thing I saw, which I don't know if they'll do it or not, they were talking about moving the Tank fight onto the
Washington.
Benavidez card.
Yeah, in Washington too. It's a venue thing, so they might have to do it. It's like 3 weeks later, so it's not like a huge difference. But they were talking about moving it from where was it, Houston or
Yeah, or maybe Atlanta. I
think
know
it
he
was
fights down there. Yeah.
something like that to Washington. I think it was Houston, but they're gonna move it in Washington. They said because of the venue issues.
Yeah.
Not for sure though.
Yeah, the guy I do like, which I told you, was that Shiraz.
Oh yeah, that dude's
Yeah.
legit, bro.
Yeah, I think he's gonna. Hopefully, he's undervalued, but I don't know. I feel like he's one of the top guys in that division for sure. Yeah. All that being said, we can move around. Best bet. Pretty short show. Pretty said not a whole lot going on. Dan, let you have the floor. and we'll close it on out of here before Bankroll Blitz with the guys tonight.
Yeah, Foster by decision -155. I mean, that's about it. I think he gets it done. Maybe sprinkle 7 to 12, like I said. I think it's gonna be later. If he does get a knockout, I think it's gonna be later. Just accumulation, him being aggressive, working the body and things like that. Maybe have the ref step in or something like that. But I think he gets a UD in this one. So that's gonna be my best bet for sure.
Yeah, that is good if you could find those. What you said, the Beth unanimous decision specifically, because you would have had it last week with Catterall, right? Because he won.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I know some books offer that, others don't, obviously. But yeah, give me same thing, Foster decision. I think Foster's going to start out stronger, and hopefully he doesn't fade / give away the last couple rounds, because I think that's what happened. He gave away those last 2 rounds. Maybe the judges thought it was a closer fight than it was. In hindsight, who knows? And then he got robbed, but he won't get robbed here. I endorse a parlay too. If you want to parlay his money line as well, kind of like with what happened with Catterall last week, UFC's this week, college, NFL, NBA has returned, so there's a lot of action you can get down with Foster this week. All that being said, guys, tune in tonight. Bankroll Blitz, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time. That's going down in 8 minutes, and the fellas will be live for the Locker Room Talk podcast, 11 p.m. Eastern. UFC Edmonton, Brandon Moreno, Amir Albazi. Hit the like, drop your comments down below with your picks for the fights. Join the We'd Be Pub and Gold membership, $9.99 a month. Horse races Thursday and Friday. And if you like horse racing, huge horse racing weekend this week as well. Breeders' Cup, Jimmy will be live Friday and Saturday for all your horse racing needs. And the final thing, I'll let it scroll at the bottom. If you guys need a book, please sign up. Use the link down below in the description. FanDuel, DraftKings, all legal sports books. Greatly helps us out. We're using FanDuel odds now. Like I said, FanDuel has a great promo right now for the start of NBA season. Bet $5. Win that bet. You'll get $300 in bonus bets. Sign up using the link in the description below. Danny, let you close the floor here, and we'll get on out of here.
Just check me out on Danny Betts with 2 Z's, IG, TikTok, on Twitter X. That's where I'm most active. Here with the boys on Saturdays for the UFC cards. We're always having a good time, talking shit, arguments. Great live lines and the bets. We always give you our best bets on there for sure. And on our Twitters and on the website, Pub Sports Radio website. Free contest every week. Free money, $100 for the winner. All you gotta do is pick the winner of the fights and the outcome to get extra points too. And whoever got the most points at the end gets $100. So join for free.
Yeah, I endorse everything Danny said right there. Join those contests. Like I said, drop your comments down below, folks, for this week's fight. We'll be back next week. Huge double main event. Bam Rodriguez, Boots Ennis, 2 of pound for pound top 10 fighters at the very least in the world. See you guys next week. This was Main Event. Talkin Hands. See you guys.